Have you ever set a big goal but gave up after just a few days? I think your answer is yes. Because I was like that too. Actually, many people are like that. We all start with excitement and strong motivation, but somehow, life gets busy and our energy slowly fades away. When the new year starts, you say, "This year, I'll go to the gym every day." In the first week, you go often. In the second week, you feel tired. By the third week, you forget completely. Or maybe you say, "I'm going to learn a new language really well." You buy books, download apps, watch videos, but 1 month later, everything is still there, covered in dust. Maybe you even wanted to start a business. You had big dreams, made plans, but after a few weeks you stopped. Life got busy. You got tired. You lost motivation. Why does this happen? Because the goals are too big, too perfect, too scary. Your brain looks at the goal and says, "Oh no, that's too hard," and then you give up. When you try to change everything at once, your brain feels tired and lost. It's like trying to climb a tall mountain in one day. That's impossible, right? But what if I tell you this? You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be 1% better every day. Just 1%. It sounds small, maybe even too small, but it can change your whole life. Today, we'll talk about the power of 1%, how small actions can make you 37 times better in 1 year, how to build habits without stress, and how to reach your dreams step by step with confidence, patience, and a clear sense of purpose every single day. Think about it. What if you could change your life without pressure, without fear, and without feeling like you're failing? That's exactly what the 1% method can help you do. It teaches you to focus on small wins, to grow steadily, and to build lasting change that feels natural and joyful every single day. Are you ready? Let's begin. What does 1% better every day mean? This idea comes from a famous book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. It's a best-selling book about how small habits can change your life. James Clear said something amazing. If you get 1% better every day for 1 year, you will be 37 times better than when you started. Let's say that again, 37 times better. How is that possible? It's because of something called the compound effect. It works just like money in the bank. Every small improvement adds to the one before it. Day by day, your progress grows and keeps growing. Let's see it in a simple way. If you try to be 1% better every day, your progress slowly grows, like a small snowball rolling down a hill. It starts tiny, but every day it gets a little bigger, and after 1 year, that small snowball becomes a big one. You become much stronger, smarter, and more confident than when you started. Imagine someone who studies a new language for just 10 minutes every day. Only 10 minutes. That's even shorter than one episode of a TV show. You probably spend more time scrolling on your phone. At first, 10 minutes feels like nothing. You might think, what can 10 minutes really do? But look at what happens over time. After 1 month, that's 5 hours of learning. After 6 months, 30 hours. After 1 year, 60 hours. And after 1 year, that person can understand much more than before. They can watch movies without subtitles, talk to foreign friends, read short books, and even write emails confidently, all because of 10 minutes a day. I know someone like that. Her name is Lucy. She worked at a bank and was always busy. She used to say, "I don't have time to learn a language." But one day she decided, "I can find 10 minutes." So, every lunch break, she studied for 10 minutes. Some days she watched short videos. Some days she read articles. Some days she just repeated 10 new words. After 1 year, her boss asked her to join an international meeting. Lucy was nervous, but she understood everything. She spoke clearly and surprised everyone in the room. Later, she told me, "I didn't do anything special. I just showed up every day for 10 minutes." And there was a man named David. He was 40 years old, had a big belly, and felt tired all the time. One day, his doctor said, "David, you need to exercise." At first, David thought he had to go to the gym for 2 hours every day, but he was too busy and too tired. So he decided to start small, just 10 minutes a day. Some days he did push-ups, some days he ran around his house, and some days he only stretched. Even when he felt exhausted, he never skipped a day. After 1 month, he saw no big change. After 3 months, he felt more energetic. After 6 months, he lost 8 kilograms and felt stronger than ever. When his friends asked, "What's your secret?" David smiled and said, "No secret. Just 10 minutes every day." That small habit changed his life. You know what's interesting? When we see successful people, we think they became successful suddenly. We think, "Wow, they're so lucky. They became famous overnight." But that's not true. Every overnight success actually took years of small daily improvements that nobody saw. The writer J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter. Today, she's one of the richest authors in the world. But did you know she wrote for 7 years before her book was published? She wrote a little bit every day in a cafe while her baby slept. Many publishers said no to her book. 12 publishers rejected Harry Potter, but she kept writing. She kept improving. 1% better every day, and then one day, the world noticed. The same is true for actors, athletes, musicians, and entrepreneurs. They all worked in the dark for years. Nobody saw them, nobody knew their names, but they showed up every day. They practiced every day. They improved 1% every day, and then, suddenly, they were overnight successes. And the biggest thing I want you to remember, success isn't built in a single day. It's built day by day. Why small improvements beat big goals. 1. The all-or-nothing mindset, the enemy of progress. Many people have this thought. Either I do it perfectly or I don't do it at all. This is called the all-or-nothing mindset. And it's the biggest enemy of progress. Let me give you an example. Maybe you wanted to start running. You think, real runners run 5 kilometers every morning, so I need to run 5 kilometers too. Day 1. You wake up early, you run 5 kilometers, you feel proud, you feel like a champion. Day 2. You wake up, your legs hurt, your body is sore, but you think, real runners don't give up. I must run 5 kilometers again. So you run, but it's painful. Day 3. You are too tired, you can barely walk, but you think, if I can't run 5 kilometers, then I'm a failure. If I can't do it perfectly, why do it at all? And then you stop completely. You never run again. This happens to so many people. They start with 100% energy. They try to do everything perfectly, then they burn out, then they quit. The problem isn't that you are weak. The problem isn't that you are lazy. The problem is that you tried to do too much, too fast. It's like trying to eat an entire elephant in one bite. Impossible, right? But if you take one small bite every day, eventually you will finish the whole elephant. So why do we keep waiting for the perfect moment? It's because of the all-or-nothing mindset makes us wait for the perfect moment. We say, I will start exercising when I have more time. I will learn English when I have more money for classes. I will start my business when I have the perfect idea. I will start eating healthy when I finish this project. We wait for the right time. We wait for the right conditions. We wait until we have enough of something. But guess what? The perfect moment never comes. There will always be something. You will always be busy. You will always have excuses. Life will always be complicated. Successful people are different. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They start before they feel ready. They do something small today, even if it's not perfect. Do you know Keanu Reeves? He's a famous actor. He was in movies like The Matrix and John Wick. Today, everyone loves Keanu Reeves. He's successful, he's rich, he's respected. But his life wasn't always easy. When he was young, his father left the family. He moved many times. He changed schools many times. He had no stability. When he wanted to become an actor, many people said, "You are not handsome enough. You are not talented enough. You should do something else." He faced many rejections, many failures, and many disappointments. There were times when he felt lost. But Keanu never gave up. He didn't wait for the perfect moment. He didn't wait until everything was perfect in his life. He just took small steps every day. He went to auditions even when he was scared. He practiced acting even when he was sad. He worked hard even when people doubted him. Keanu said something beautiful. Sometimes simple acts are more powerful than perfect plans. He didn't have a perfect plan. He didn't have a perfect life. He just showed up every day and did his best. Today, Keanu Reeves is famous not just for his movies, but for his character. He is humble. He is kind. He helps people. He doesn't show off his success. He is a symbol of quiet confidence and consistency. And the lesson? Don't wait until you are ready. Because if you wait until you're ready, you will wait forever. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. Start small. Start today. 2. Why 1% improvement is better than big goals. When you set a goal that's too big, your brain feels overwhelmed. For example, I must change my whole life in 30 days. Your brain thinks, this is impossible. This is too much work, and you feel stressed before you even start. You feel like a failure before you even begin. But with 1% improvement every day, everything changes. It's small, so it's easy to do. There's no pressure. You are not afraid to make mistakes. Every small action creates positive momentum. You feel successful every single day. Let me show you the difference with real examples. Big goal. I must lose 10 kilograms in 2 months. 1% improvement. I will walk for 15 minutes every day. Big goal. I must speak English like a native speaker. 1% improvement. I will say 1 English sentence every morning. Big goal. I must read 50 books this year. 1% improvement. I will read 1 page every night before sleep. Big goal. I must make $1 million this year. 1% improvement. I will learn 1 new skill about business every day. Big goal. I must get perfect grades in all my classes. 1% improvement. I will study for 20 minutes every day without distractions. And do you see the difference? The 1% version is so small that you can't say no. There's no excuse. Even on your worst day, you can do it. And here's the beautiful part. Once you start, you naturally want to do more. Which one sounds easier? Which one can you do today? The answer is obvious, right? Third, the compound effect. Think about compound interest in a bank. If you save a little money every month, after many years, you become rich. Not because you saved a lot at once, but because you saved consistently. The interest grows, the money multiplies, small amounts become large amounts. Life is the same. Every small action you take today adds up to a better version of you tomorrow. One powerful example of this is Kobe Bryant. Do you know him? His story shows that consistency beats talent. Kobe Bryant was one of the greatest basketball players in history. He won 5 NBA championships and scored more than 33,000 points in his career. How did he become so good? He woke up at 4 a.m. every single day to practice. Every day. No excuses, no days off. Even when he was already famous and rich, he still woke up at 4 a.m. Even when other players were sleeping, Kobe was practicing. Other players asked him, "Kobe, why do you practice so much? You are already the best. You can rest now." He said, "Because I want to be better than yesterday. And because somewhere in the world, another player is practicing right now. If I rest, he will catch up to me." Kobe understood that talent isn't enough. Talent is just the starting point. What matters is daily improvement. He said something powerful. Everything negative, pressure, challenges, is all an opportunity for me to rise. When Kobe was injured, did he stop? No. He couldn't play basketball, so he studied the game. He watched videos. He learned strategies. He improved his mind while his body healed. 1% improvement. Even when you can't do the main thing, you do something related. Kobe Bryant's story shows us how consistency beats talent. But the compound effect isn't just about sports. It's a principle that works in every area of life. Let me tell you a story about Emma Watson. She is the actress who played Hermione in Harry Potter, and now she is a UN Women Goodwill Ambassador. She speaks at global conferences and stands in front of world leaders. But in the beginning, Emma wasn't always confident. She used to feel nervous when speaking in public. She once said she felt terrified before her UN speech. She could have said, "I'm just not good at public speaking. That's not me." But she didn't. She decided to improve 1% at a time. She didn't let fear stop her. She prepared carefully, practiced her message, and reminded herself why it mattered. She told, "If not me, who? If not now, when?" Today, she speaks with calm strength, not because she was never afraid, but because she learned to speak. Every time she improved just a little bit. Today, Emma Watson speaks confidently in front of the whole world. She gives powerful speeches about equality and education. She inspires millions of people, all because of tiny improvements every day. She once said, "I don't want the fear of failure to stop me from doing what I really care about." That's the mindset of someone who understands 1% improvement. She wasn't perfect. She was scared. But she did it anyway, one small step at a time. The power of consistency over intensity. Here's something important to understand. Consistency beats intensity every time. Small actions repeated over time create massive results. Big actions done once create no results. James Clear writes in Atomic Habits, "You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. This means your goals don't matter. What matters is what you do every day, your daily system. If your system is 1% better every day, you will eventually reach any goal." How to build your 1% habit. Now you understand why 1% matters. You see how small steps can beat big goals. You see how little actions, repeated every day, can change everything over time. That's the power of the compound effect. Small things that grow bigger and stronger with time. Maybe you're asking, how can I really do this in my own life? How can I build these small habits and make them stay? Because it's easy to start something new, but it's hard to keep going. We all know that feeling. You begin with excitement, but after a few days, the energy disappears. The truth is, building a habit isn't about being strong or perfect. It's about being smart. You need a simple plan with small actions that are easy to start, easy to repeat, and hard to forget. So in this next part, I'll share 4 powerful strategies that really work. These are not big or complicated ideas. They are small, practical steps you can start using today to make your habits last and to help you become 1% better every single day. 1. Start tiny. When people decide to change their lives, they often start too big. They make big plans, set big goals, and dream of fast results. But that's exactly why most people fail. They try to do too much at once. They say, "I'll exercise for 1 hour every day." But after 3 days, they're too tired. They say, "I'll read 1 book every week." But after 2 weeks, the book stays on the table, collecting dust. They say, "I'll learn 50 new English words every day." But after a few days, they give up. It's too hard to keep up. The problem isn't that people are lazy. The problem is that they start too big. When something feels big, your brain feels scared. It tells you, "This is too hard, maybe later." And later often means never. So what should you do instead? Start incredibly small, smaller than you think. Your goal is not to do something big. Your goal is to show up every day, no matter what. Start with 5 push-ups. Read 1 page before bed. Learn 3 new words in the morning. Write 50 words in your journal. Walk for 5 minutes after dinner. Drink 1 more glass of water each day. It sounds simple, maybe even too simple, but that's the secret. When something is small and easy, you have no excuse not to do it. You can't say, "I don't have time," because everyone has 5 minutes. You can't say, "I'm too tired," because 2 minutes of stretching doesn't take much energy. And you can't say, "I don't know how," because small steps are always clear and easy. James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, tells a story about a man who wanted to build a gym habit but always failed. He was full of motivation on the first day but stopped after a week. So James gave him a strange idea. He said, Just go to the gym and stay for 2 minutes. Don't even work out. Just go and leave." At first, the man laughed. "That's too easy," he said. But he tried it anyway. For the first few days, he really just stayed 2 minutes. Then one day he thought, "I'm already here. Maybe I'll do a few exercises." He worked out for 10 minutes. A few days later, 20. After 2 months, he was going to the gym 5 times a week. He lost weight, felt stronger, and built a real habit. The key lesson is this: make it so easy that you can't fail. If your goal is too small to skip, you will keep going. And when you keep going, your small steps start to grow. One day, you will look back and realize that tiny beginning was the start of something big. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the perfect plan. Start small, even if it feels a little silly, and just keep showing up. That's how real change begins. Second, habit stacking. This is a simple but powerful idea from James Clear, too. It's called habit stacking, and it can completely change how you build new habits. Here's how it works. You take something you already do every day, like brushing your teeth or drinking coffee, and you attach a new habit right after it. In short, you say to yourself, "After I do my current habit, I will do my new habit." Let's look at some examples. After I brush my teeth, I will read 1 English sentence. After I drink my morning coffee, I will write down 3 things I'm grateful for. After I finish lunch, I will go for a short 5-minute walk. After I sit at my desk, I will write 1 short paragraph. After I turn on my computer, I will take a moment to review my goals for the day. After I finish dinner, I will call 1 friend or family member to say hello. Why does this work so well? Because your brain already knows your current habits. They're automatic. You don't need to think about them. So when you connect a new habit to an old one, your brain picks it up quickly. It's like one train car pulling another. Once the first one moves, the next follows naturally. Let me share a personal story. I wanted to start meditating every morning, but I kept forgetting, so I used habit stacking. I told myself, after I make my bed, I will sit down and meditate for 2 minutes. Making my bed was already something I did every day. So now, as soon as I finish, my brain says, "Okay, now it's time to meditate." At first, I only did 2 minutes, then 5, then 10. Now I meditate for 15 minutes every morning, and it feels completely natural. I don't need motivation or reminders anymore. It just happens. You can do the same thing with learning English or any new skill. After you eat breakfast, spend 5 minutes watching a short English video. After you brush your teeth at night, read 1 page of an English book. After you get on the bus, listen to an English podcast. After you finish lunch at work, review 10 English flashcards. See how easy that feels? You're not trying to create a brand new routine. You're just adding small, simple actions to things you already do. That's the magic of habit stacking. It helps your new habits grow naturally, 1 step at a time, until they become part of who you are. Third, checking your progress. This next strategy is very simple, but it's also very powerful. If you want your habits to last, you have to see your progress. In other words, you need to track it. Every time you complete your small habit, your 1%, write it down or mark it somewhere. You can use anything you like, A notebook, an app on your phone, a wall calendar, a whiteboard, or even just a piece of paper. Every day that you do your habit, make a big X on your calendar. After a few days, you will start to see a chain of X's, one after another. And your new goal becomes simple. Don't break the streak. There's a famous story about this method. Jerry Seinfeld, one of the most successful comedians in the world, used it to become great at writing jokes. When he was young, he made a rule for himself: I will write jokes every single day. He bought a big wall calendar and hung it in his room. Each day he wrote jokes. He marked a big red X on that day. After 3 days, he had 3 X's, then 5, then 10. When he looked at the growing chain of red marks, he thought, I can't stop now. I don't want to break this streak. And that's how he built his writing habit. When someone asked him for his secret, Jerry said, My rule is simple. Don't break the chain. Why does this method work so well? Because each time you mark that X, your brain feels proud. You get a little hit of happiness, a sense of progress. That small feeling motivates you to keep going. And when you look back and see 30 days of X's in a row, you think, wow, I've come so far. I can't give up now. To make this really work, keep your tracker visible. Put it somewhere you will see every day, on your bedroom wall, your fridge, your bathroom mirror, or your desk. When you see it, you will remember your promise to yourself. So remember this: when you see your progress, you believe in yourself more. And when you believe in yourself, you keep going. That's how small habits become strong ones. One X at a time is one tiny victory, one small promise kept, slowly building a foundation of confidence and strength that lasts a lifetime. Fourth, discipline is more important than motivation. Here's a truth that many people don't want to hear. Motivation doesn't last forever, but discipline does. Let me explain. Motivation is just a feeling. Some days you feel excited, full of energy, ready to change your life. But other days, you feel tired, you feel lazy, you just don't want to do anything. Motivation comes and goes like the weather. Sometimes it's sunny, sometimes it's rainy. You can't control it. But discipline is different. Discipline means doing what you said you would do, even when you don't feel like it. That's what successful people do. They don't wait for motivation. They do it anyway. Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, didn't wake up every morning at 4 a.m. because he felt motivated. Some mornings he was tired. Some mornings his body hurt. But he went to practice anyway. That's discipline. Stephen King, one of the most famous writers in the world, has written more than 60 books. He writes every single day, even when he's not inspired. He once said, "Amateurs sit and wait for inspiration. The rest of us just get up and go to work." That's discipline too. The difference is simple. Amateurs work when they feel like it. Professionals work whether they feel like it or not. Amateurs wait for the perfect time. Professionals start now. Amateurs wait for motivation. Professionals build habits through discipline. James Clear said it best. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. That means your goals don't matter if you don't have daily actions. Dreams don't come true without discipline. So how can you build discipline? Don't rely on your feelings. They change every day. Make a small promise. I'll do this every day for 30 days, no matter what. Then keep that promise. Think of your future self. When you're tired, say to yourself, "My future self will thank me for doing this today." Do it early in the morning before your brain makes excuses, and most importantly, connect it to who you are. Don't say, "I want to be healthy." Say, "I am a healthy person." And healthy people move every day, even when they don't feel like it. The real secret of the 1% habit is this: show up, especially on the days you don't want to. That's when true growth begins. Anyone can act when they're motivated, but champions keep going even when motivation is zero. Dealing with low motivation. 1. Accept that you will have bad days. Some days, you just don't feel motivated. You wake up tired. You feel stressed at work. You feel sad or angry. You ask yourself, "Why am I doing this?" That's normal. It happens to everyone, even successful people. Kobe Bryant had bad days. Warren Buffett had bad days. Emma Watson had bad days. The difference is, they didn't let bad days stop them. So what can you do when your motivation is low? Here's one simple but powerful rule from James Clear. Don't miss twice. If you miss one day, that's okay. Life happens. But don't miss 2 days in a row. For example, maybe you're building a reading habit. You read every day for 2 weeks. Then one day you're busy or tired and you skip it. That's fine. But the next day, read again, even just for 5 minutes. Because if you skip 2 days, it becomes easier to skip 3, and then 4. Soon, the habit is gone. Missing 1 day is okay. Missing 2 days starts a new bad habit. So remember, if you fall once, stand up the next day. Keep your habit alive. Second, set up your environment to make action easy. Sometimes the problem isn't motivation, it's the environment around you. If your environment makes it hard to start, you will always find excuses. So make it easy to begin. If you want to read more, put your book on your bed or your pillow. That way you will see it before you sleep. If you want to exercise, keep your shoes near the door or your workout mat on the floor. When you see them, you will think, "Okay, I can do just 5 minutes." If you want to learn English, open your learning app or video while eating breakfast. Let your morning routine help your habit. The easier it is to start, the more likely you are to continue. A simple environment creates simple success. Strategy 3. Don't forget why you started. When things get hard, remember why you started. There will be days when you feel tired, when nothing seems to work, and when you start to wonder if it's worth it. But before you give up, stop for a moment. Take a deep breath and think about your reason, your why. Why did you begin this journey? What made you take the first step? Who are you doing it for? Write it down. Don't just keep it in your head. Maybe you want to do it for your family so they can have a better life. Maybe you want to do it for your health so you can feel strong and full of energy again. Or maybe you're doing it for your future so you can look back one day and say, "I didn't give up." Your why is like a light in the dark. It helps you find your way when things feel heavy. When you feel lost or bored, read your why again. It will remind you that every small action you take today, even if it feels small or slow, is part of something bigger tomorrow. Keep your why close to your heart. Because when you remember why you started, you will always find a reason to keep going. What made you take the first step? Who are you doing it for? Write it down. Don't just keep it in your head. Maybe you want to do it for your family so they can have a better life. Maybe you want to do it for your health so you can feel strong and full of energy again. Keep your why close to your heart. Because when you remember why you started, you will always find a reason to keep going. Becoming 1% better every day doesn't just make you smarter or stronger. It makes you stronger than your old self. Every small action you take is a punch against fear, laziness, and delay. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have your life all figured out. You just need to start, even with one small step. Read one more page. Go for a short walk. Speak one more English sentence. Smile at someone. Each small step may look simple, but together they build something powerful. They build you. Remember, success is not about doing big things once. It's about doing small things again and again, every single day. Think about it. One small action today, another tomorrow, and another the next day. Step by step, your small habits turn into big results. You may not notice the change right away, but one day you will look back and realize how far you've come, how much stronger, calmer, and wiser you've become. So don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for motivation to come. Take the first step now, even if it's small. Because that's how real growth happens, quietly, slowly, but surely. You don't need a big plan. You just need a small step today and another one tomorrow. 1% better every day. And before you go, remember this. Your journey is your own. Be proud of every little effort you make, because each effort is proof that you're still growing, still learning, still trying. So keep going, even when no one's watching, because your future self is already thanking you for not giving up today. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. Your support truly means a lot and helps us keep creating more content to inspire and guide you on your English learning journey. Every time you listen, you're not only improving your English, you're also becoming a stronger, more confident version of yourself. Take care and keep going.